Hey, Miss Amanda girl. So I just got off of my self-scheduled lunch break. I do not eat until afternoon because my focus is gut health, which makes sense with Venus and Virgo. Venus rules your health. Is that right? No. Virgo rules your health. I'm like, hold on, I was going somewhere with this. Virgo rules your health, particularly the stomach. Uh, I think Aquarius is the nervous system. I'm really about to dive into health astrology. I feel like that's the next step to evolving what I've been doing thus far. But I had on my little jazz music. I don't like to listen to a lot of stuff while I eat, and I don't eat until noon because your gut is your second brain. If you are somebody who's psychic or a tarot reader like you, your stomach is where most of your messages are coming from first, and then they get translated into the brain and the crown and stuff. When you are eating a diet that is not cohesive with a healthy lifestyle, it tends to fog up the clarity of the answers that you get coming through. So this has become a practice that I do not only for myself, just because like, yo, I could do this job without cards. If my gut was clear, I would feel 100% sure, because your gut is where you feel sure, right? Or when you feel nervous about something, where do you feel it at? Your gut, like, something about this ain't right. If you have been eating McDonald's hamburgers or Wendy's moose nuggets, then you might not be able to trust your faulty gut because it's filled with trash, right? You might be getting trash connectivity. So the jazz music is on because while I'm eating, I like to be intentional. I'm only going to eat 2 meals a day now and then some fruit or something in between. So when I eat, I need to be able to like enjoy the moment, register it in there, because I spent so many years eating trash, but also just eating in a shovel Garfield type way because I was emotionally eating. I am getting that your gut is a little off. Now I was like, why do I have the jazz music on still? I usually make it a point to go over there and change to something else. But I think I'm having a girlfriend talk with you. Now, please know the decks are here. And I'm going to use them. But I'm going to use them to back up what my gut is saying. So when you first hired me, I skimmed over your message because I needed to see the context of what I was going to be answering, just to make sure I was in the right place for it. Got sick for a couple days. Now I'm back in here. I just got to actually read through fully the message you sent me and the update that you sent me since then, in preparation for what I was about to say to you in this video, or what needed to be looked into. Baby girl, I wish you was local so that we could actually meet in person and have this chat over some background jazz at a fancy restaurant with sparkling water. But that's the energy I want to bring right here, because there is a sensitivity to this manner that I need to have. Because I feel like, am I older than you? Because I started feeling like a big sister after I read your message. Like I felt anger from my gut. And I ain't never felt anger from my gut, but it felt like a burning of my lining. And no, it wasn't my lunch, because my lunch was guacamole and boiled eggs and uncured turkey bacon. Okay? I've been working on eating for my blood type too. It's a lot going over here. Like, I feel like I'm under construction, but for like the best optimization of self. I'm going to give it to you raw, like I was your big sister. The last video I did for you was a relationship video. And we discussed the blockages that were in the relationship, the future outcome that was based on the highest timeline, and the possibilities with all the ingredients that you have at this time. The main blockages were both of you guys repeating behaviors that had to do with the past, or not being able to get past what happened in the past to focus on what's happening now or in the future. On his end, not feeling like he's in the position he needs to be the man of the house. There's some resentment because he's not in that position towards you. It's like, in a messed up way, you providing everything that he needs emasculates him. Like you nurture and care for him more like a mother than a wife would with a man. And energetically that caused backlash. Like, it's you doing your best, not doing anything to throw anything off, but it's causing issues with him and his internal stuff, right? On your end, it was not allowing the resentment from what occurred throughout your relationship to block you from recognizing that he is doing better. He is stepping up in some areas. He is locked in to this connection. Okay, that's where we left off last. I feel like a lot has changed. And that's what I'm going to pull on. A lot has changed because the reading that I got last time, because I was really happy to deliver that. My energy feels like this. I don't even know if you can tell. That's my angry face. Like, my 211, my soon-to-be ex-husband, when he sees me, if my face look like this, he knows don't fucking say shit. It's not a grimace, but it's a... Okay? That's how I feel about it. So, what has changed in Rudy and Amanda's connection since the last reading I did for them? What has changed in their connection? Everything I said at the beginning of this reading, you need to take note of, because it's what you need to be doing for yourself, right? Like, I don't drink regular sodas anymore. This is Poppy, because it still has a fizz, right? Because we need that, I don't know what it is, carbonation, right? But it's actually a prebiotic soda. It's for gut health. I have yogurts in there, but they're Activia. And outside of that, I only drink juice, because juice is living. It's like just squeezed from the thing. It's like the closest we have to raw as far as beverages, because everything that you add to you increases your magnet. My water, alkaline, because we are electric beings. And if you're not adding to your charge, you're taking from it. You are a beautiful, first and foremost, woman, right? With no kids. She got her own car. She got her own job. 2 jobs. Work hard. You a bad broad. Okay? You have been pouring so much of your energy into somebody else that it has become neglectful to you. You can't even be happy in your own home, in your own energy, in the life that you have created of stability for you. You cannot have what you want, because every night you're sleeping next to a man who is draining your energy with his lack of appreciation, because he is not you. Bottom line, if this situation was flipped and he had the job and he had the house and you were living with him and you had the break baby, this situation would be completely different. It would be a power shift. It would be kind of like he wanted it, because he wants to be in control. And how can you be in control when this person is taking care of your whole life? No, you're going to be resentment. He is resentment. Okay, I was about to say resentful. But you're going to act out. You're going to stay out all night. You're going to have your family members talking shit. And then it's going to make you feel worse and worse and worse. But why would you dedicate your energy and your time to that when you can be pouring that into somebody who will appreciate it? You. How much stuff have you been able to do for you lately? And this is not coming out my ass. You have been trying to keep the peace, and it is building up in your soul. You know what's going to happen next? Soon your stuff going to fall apart, because you're not happy. You want to be happy. You thought this man would be the piece that would add to your happiness. You already had the rest of the pie. But the piece that was actually missing was that mirror reflection. He reflects back to you the person that you thought you needed. Like when you met him, I don't know how many years this was, that's who you were at that time, and he was a fit for that flow. Did y'all start together in a hookup? Like that's all you were willing to give at that time. And that energy y'all were exchanging made you want more, right? Y'all got comfortable with each other. It's a bond. I even feel like that's very possible there's a trauma bond. Like y'all went through some traumatic things similar in each other's life that y'all were able to talk about, maybe weren't able to talk to other people about. But then there are some tumultuous moments in the relationship. Let me give you a good example, because this pissed me off when I saw this, right? I was watching this Bachelorette. I don't remember what season or nothing. This was a while ago. But she was on a date with a guy. And they were kicking it and talking, and they were at a restaurant, one of those ones that's like in a little satellite thing and you're above the ground floating. And she was freaked out the whole time because he picked out the date. You know, in The Bachelorette, the guy has to woo the girl. So they're having a date. They're having a good time. She's looking out the window every now and then because she told him, I am deathly afraid of heights. I am deathly afraid of heights. She keeps mentioning that the whole time. And so the waitress comes over to the table because it is an option for any person that's there to do a little skywalk. They will walk around the side of the building. They'll have a harness on and all that stuff. So she's like, no, thank you. And the guy says, we absolutely will. And she looks at him and she says, what do you mean we will? I already told you I was scared of heights. He was like, stop being scared of heights. Come on, let's do it. She didn't want to do it. She starts boohoo crying. She's shaking and everything. He's like, nah, come on, just push through this. Just fucking do it. Like, come on. He keeps like mildly, I'm gonna say, pushing her, but taunting her, telling her, you know what, once you get over it, once you do it, I'm an adventure guy. How are we gonna move on in this relationship if you don't want to do adventurous things? It won't work for us. He gets her out there. This woman is literally shaking. Like he has to wrap his arms around her and rub her to make her feel better because she's out here doing something that she is absolutely frightened to do. She keeps saying, I do not want to do this. I do not feel comfortable. And then after all of this, he says, okay, it looks like you're really uncomfortable. Let's go back in. And he wraps his arm around her and takes her back in, right? I think eventually he did end up getting her to do it, whatever. But that moment when he wrapped his arm around her and was her knight in shining armor for the situation he created, I could have screamed. That is how somebody imposes a trauma bond on you. If you're with somebody who cheats on you multiple times and then comes back and holds your hand and says, we will get through this together. They just hooked you in deeper than they would have if they had put in the work and took you on dates and y'all actually locked in here based on y'all having things in common, y'all developing together, having goals that work together. No, now y'all have a soul tie because something painful happened. That's some 8th house chemistry, some 8th house synastry, something that is dark and actually attaching to the parts of you that are still feeling pain. This is your pain, baby. And I'm going to pull the love cards. I'm going to tell you what they say and all that, but I need you to see you and what you are going through in this relationship too, because you're not surrounded by people who are backing you up in that. And I'm feeling like I cannot do my job if I'm not being honest with you and I'm not laying it out there. You can have anything you want right now. Why? Because you worked for it and you created your own happy space. You could have had other options for partners who would have appreciated, let me say, the reservation of your womb. If you get what I mean there. The fact that you look out for yourself, that you are such a supportive, like sweet-hearted person. Like you will give your arm if you could chop it off. If you were in Saw, like nobody in the room would have to worry. You would make the sacrifice and everybody else would get out the room. That's how kind you are. And I don't think, even with your parents or anything, that you have seen that reflected back to you. You have only had people who tell you that they benefit from your self-sacrifice pretty much. Everything around you has told you to stay in this people pleaser energy because that's where you're most needed. People appreciate you when you are downplaying your freaking awesomeness. And even down to his sister saying, if you want to keep him, baby girl, do you know, with that beautiful energy that you have, there are women who are out here mad right now because men want them to go 50-50. They're looking for a provider that'll pay for everything and they don't want to do nothing, okay? Each to their own. But do you know how many men are happily looking for a woman who has her own, not one, but 2 jobs, willing to put in all the way throughout the relationship? If you were to let go of all the pain that has kept you bound in this relationship that has literally changed who you are as a person, do you know how many dudes would be at your door? You'd be swatting them off with a fly thing. You might even have to get the electric buzzer one because that's how vibrant your frequency would be if this man wasn't pulling off of your energy. I wouldn't be surprised that when you go to sleep at night, you feel something that's a little off as you're trying to go to sleep next to him. But that is your nervous system telling you that something is wrong, baby. Okay, the last conversation we had, things were looking on the up and up. Something has changed or shifted within him during that time. Like, what is he mad about? And his anger doesn't make him say, like, fuck you. No, not at all. He loves you. But it makes him say, fuck my life, and then he goes all self-sabotage. Like, if you start to treat him like a man, in a way that you are not downplaying your energy, if you come at him like, right, as opposed to, hey, what we doing? When you come at him with that, hey, what we doing? That's when he runs off and scurries and starts fucking shit up. You have to make yourself less of yourself in order to stay in this relationship. And that's going to stop you from maintaining your stuff because the depression is going to happen. Your hair is going to start falling out, like literally. Whatever sales you're getting is going to slow. A depression will hit, and I'm getting by the end of this winter, baby girl. This situation is going to take the thump out of your heart. And it's not because of you. Let me say that again and again and again. It's not because of you. The only thing that you had to worry about was not allowing the stuff that he was doing in the past block you from seeing the changes that he's making in the future, or he's made now towards the future. He needed to continue to grow. He wasn't where he needed to be. Let's pull. Let's see what's blocking that. What is stopping him from stepping up instead of resenting you for being everything that he needs? Because it's making him clown out. What is the block that is stopping Rudy from being the person he needs to be to Amanda, despite the amazingness that he has been shown? Like, now I'm in my feelings. Like, what is making the change here? On your side, it was you being peaceful and not being able to express your pain. Because as soon as you express your pain or your feelings, then you're the problem. Like, oh, here she go. Baby, you pay for his life. You should be able to complain if something is going wrong. If you're not getting what you need out of the relationship, you are being pimped. And we talked about this pattern before. Yeah, somebody can love you, but somebody can also recognize that they don't have the love that they need to give you or the tools to do that. That is up to them to be responsible or man enough to say, you know what, I realize that you are a beautiful person, but I'm not the person for you because I don't have what you need at this time, and I don't think you should have to wait around for me to become that. That's a man. Somebody who's like, yeah, I'm not where I need to be yet, but I'm going to be here. Either you can wait for me or like you can let me go. It's up to you. Is a boy. He's staying around because it is an opportunity. It aligns with his love, but does he know that he can't give you what you need? Yeah, and it irritates him when you say it to him. So, spiral. Childhood wounds, right? The first card was new beginning, was the intention. But stuck energy, old stuff. From the beginning of this, I was saying this is old stuff that he had to come over. I don't know who emasculated him, if it was his mama or whatever, but he is energetically registering as a scared boy who will run whenever somebody calls him on his shit or requires him to be responsible beyond his feelings. He is selfish. He cannot love you the way that you need to be loved because he is his number one priority, because his whole life has taught him if he does not take care of himself, nobody else will. You can be here with flowers and a bow and a thong on, with his name added to the lease and the rent paid. Like, baby, just relax, just be with me. Like, it's cool, we'll get your stuff together. And he's still gonna feel like that's a way to emasculate him. He has to do something. It's like he can't relax because it's all old energy. And the first thing he's gonna do is set himself on fire. That's what the self-sacrifice is, or the sacrifice. It's like somebody who wants all the benefits but doesn't want to be caged. Girl. So, let's see what the advice for you is at this time. What does Amanda need to do regarding this relationship at this time? Because right now the trajectory is not good. Both of y'all were sort of working on it last time. It was hard. I don't know what made him shut down or start dwindling downwards. But his dwindle down is pulling your energy down, and I can feel it. And that's why the big sister came in. I'm irritated. Like, you're like, remove the idea of this man from your life. Imagine that you are a single woman right now. What is missing from your life besides a man? And if you want one of those, you can write a list of exactly what you want in the partner and pull them in, because you've been pulling in stuff the whole time, but you've been pulling it in on behalf of him and wanting to save this relationship in spite of yourself. in spite of your gut and what it has been telling you. You know you can get somebody else, but you wanted this person because that was tied to that bond you had made when y'all were in pain, when you were not the woman that you are now. You have evolved beautifully. Like your career is better. Your energy was better. So, much to your surprise, there's somebody who has been looking in on you anyway. Somebody that will one day spin the block and ask you on a date when this situation has cleared out. Even if you don't do anything to upset him. How do I put this? It feels like he's going to get cleared out anyway. And what my mind just got drawn back to was his sister. What his sister said, like, if you want to keep him, there is not enough of your own pain that you could swallow to keep this man around, because you would literally have to walk on eggshells and not say how you feel or what you needed in a relationship, but still continue to pay the bills and coddle him and all that stuff. So that winter arc that I was telling you about, that's a possibility. But as soon as this clears out, because the universe is not going to continue to let you suffer like this. He can do the right thing and still count your feelings as much as he counts his. I understand you're looking for a job, you're not where you want to be, but you can still get somebody a kiss on the forehead. You can still be appreciative of somebody. You don't have to treat them like shit because you're not where you want to be. If that's the energy you want to be in, keep that shit to yourself. Don't keep somebody else around you just because you don't have everything together and it will be easier for you to be somewhere where it's handled. Nah, go take that shit on the street like a bum until you get it together. You cannot mistreat people because your life ain't going how you want it to, but take advantage of them because they are. There's some jealousy. And that's so petty because you're in a relationship. Like, why would you be jealous? Because you're the head of household. You're the head of household. Doesn't like having to answer to anybody, and there's a bit that like has to answer to you, has to pick up. Was there a pattern of him ghosting you at other times? Like not answering when y'all weren't living together? Now that's not an option anymore. He can't just do what he wants to do. But when I just pulled on what needs to happen or what's going on, there's a air sign. Somebody that wants to take you on a date. A nice date at that. You got to dress up. You might need to put your hair in the updo for this. But guess what? When you were back in your energy, when you were back focusing on what you need to develop and grow, because you're not the problem, you are always going to challenge yourself to be your best self. When you get back in that energy and move away from pouring your energy into an empty drain, is what I'm getting. It's like it just keeps going out. You can give good advice. You can give support. But if that person doesn't have the container to hold it, it's not going anywhere. The only person that you can cultivate and control is you. If you pour that love that you're pouring into him, into yourself, you will see the results in no time. And the funny thing is I see an air sign here, but I also see a water sign. I see all the signs, girl, because let go. Make room for the new beginning that is on your way, or on the way to you now. You don't even have to do nothing. You don't even have to say nothing. And I'm feeling that in regards to you being the one to break up with him or anything. Nah, because I don't see you doing that at all. But will his actions lead to a place where there will be dissolution based on what's happening right now? Yeah. You just have to, when that time comes, when you see the spiral happening, when you see that he's not actually moving up and closer to you, when you see that he's spiraling and moving away, your power is so strong that I don't think you're realizing you're the thing that's been keeping this relationship together. If you had not been reaching out, putting your energy into it, I'm here if you need me or any of that. If you had fell back and not said anything, y'all wouldn't have even reconnected right now. Not like the way you are. Your energy has been keeping this relationship together because you've been manifesting and focused on having him. So energetically, you have just been like pulling your magnet, like, all right, that's the guy for me. That's it. That's Rudy. I can't see anything but that. It has to be that, right? When you give the universe permission to fulfill what you actually need in your life, open your heart to the possibility of being fulfilled in a relationship, because this neglect, this emptiness that you're feeling, that you're used to feeling in this relationship, is a childhood pattern. And we probably got to get into a chart reading again for something different to find out where this is. But it's something that you've been feeling since you were younger, and you're just recreating that pain because it's like after a while of feeling it, it sort of makes you like a sadist. It's a pain you're used to, so you become comfortable with it. When I say to you You can call in another guy. That's exactly what you want. You probably go, but I wanted him, right? Baby, what if I were to tell you the person that comes along makes you say, holy shit, I was dealing with that and I could have had this the whole time? It's a completely different energy because it doesn't require you to be less of yourself or to be unhappy in your own home with this next person. You're going to date. You're going to take your time. And then you're going to fall upon, with your open heart, because you said, I allow new things to come in, somebody who will love you the way you deserve to be loved, without you having to chase, without you having to self-sacrifice. As a matter of fact, this person will empower you to be more of who you are and back you in all the things that you wanted to do for yourself. Imagine somebody you can go jogging with. That's the energy I'm feeling. And it doesn't even have to be literal, but somebody who's like, hey, you want to jog? You want to work out? I haven't been doing that, but I can see how it would benefit my life. Let's jog together. I just want to help you with what you're doing. That's the person I'm feeling. That actually feels like the water sign. That's somebody who's really going to cherish your feelings. So you might date different people. You ain't got to give them no booty. I just need to put that out there. That's going to confuse you. It feels like something about you having, oh, Scorpio rules your private parts and your orgasms and your sexual energy. You have a sexual soul tie. You're not letting this go because your vagina won't let him go. There's a bigger dick, baby. It's a bigger peen. That's the air sign. Don't do it, bitch. Don't do it. There's a bigger peen, but a more, somebody who is not using their sexual prowess for manipulation. Imagine being made love to instead of fucked. Or you can have sex and it's cool, but there's like, it's not the forehead kiss that I feel coming in for you. If you let it, it's there, it's an option. And yes, there's some clearing that has to happen here, but I feel like, baby girl, if you would have let go of the cord on this balloon, it would fly away. It's the best way I could say that. The balloon would be free, but then you would realize, damn, this balloon has been burning my hand the whole time trying to hold on to that cord. Now that I'm not holding that balloon, I'm free. So I'm going to close this with, who will Amanda become when she opens her heart to new possibilities in alignment with the beautiful energy in person that she is? Didn't I say you change? You will level up. Otherwise, it's going like this. This is where it's going one way or the other. The top part says, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attribute, projecting any ideas that serves your personal agenda in the moment. That's somebody who wants to make something what it is not because of what they wish to see, versus somebody who realizes what it is and can see the way that this is going ahead of time. But it's also a physical shift, I'm seeing. Like a glow up that can occur, or that glow down. Didn't I mention something about pimpage? The top part says, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. It don't say, but you know. That's the light attribute. Like, you know you're powerful and this is what you got and you can work it, but you also know that nothing is worth you ever losing that power again. Shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. There are some skills that you are going to be focused on developing. Ones that you may have got out of touch with, but as a sort of form of therapy. One way or the other. In all of this, I'm saying one way or the other. You can choose to spiral up or to follow wherever he's spiraling. Because this is what's at stake. This is an addict. Right now, you have been addicted to a certain feeling that you've been recreating. It has to do with the brain chemistry. Without this feeling, your brain feels like something's off because you are so used to feeling this pain since you were little, ma'am. The light attribute helps you recognize and confront the addictive pattern. The shadow attribute, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So me doing this reading is giving you 2 roads and you can choose. I look forward to your feedback.